This is the story of the first all-mass timber acute care hospital in the Americas. Imagine constructing with cleaner building materials using much less concrete, reducing the embodied energy in the building, including less steel, and sequestering carbon in a beautiful, warm, and natural structure, using mass timber for all patient, staff, and utilitarian areas of the hospital. If we consider the Hippocratic Oath, a foundational ethical code for physicians originating in ancient Greece and attributed to Hippocrates, the oath emphasizes treating the sick to the best of one's ability, first do no harm, focusing on humanity and patient welfare. Then why is it that we continue to build our hospitals out of some of the heaviest and most polluting materials? This is also the story of the Prince Edward County Memorial Hospital, represented by this quilt block called the Points of Care. The quilt's colors each have a distinct meaning. Blue is the symbol of protection, peace, and calmness. Green is the symbol of growth and fertility. White is intended to represent the power of the body and mind and energy. Brown being the symbol for the earth, friendship, and strength. And yellow is for health in body, mind, and the sun. This form represents the community. In fact, this is a resilient community that began an effort that formed out of agrarian, blah, 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 and began an effort to open their first healthcare facility in 19. Located in the town of Picton in the province of Ontario, the project is a stone's throw from the shore of the Bay of Quinte in the northeast corner of Lake Ontario. The existing 1959 building will be replaced by the new all-mass timber hospital at the rear of the site, and the existing facility will be demolished to make way for landscaping and parking. My name is Jason-Emery, the lead architect for the project with HDR. Let me take you on a journey to meet those that helped build the project and learn a little bit about the design along the way.
So, if I understand correctly, look across behind us a little bit. Yeah. There'll be a plate like this on the side of a beam, another beam or scrolling on the end instead of sitting on it, frame through it.
Yes. So for the base plates that are sitting down, it from what I can tell, it is sitting flat on it. But these are prevented moving in the direction.
So, what's going on here with this column and this element then?
Well, the column itself sits on obviously the base plate with a knife edge, with a vertical knife edge connection in the center. So the column gets dropped in place. You slot at the bottom that basically keeps it from moving and infection. Now once that sandpeat metal cans are driven through the knife edge plate, essentially the job blocks in the column.
So an interesting contrast here is the assembly that you see around me of mass timber and the amount of individuals taken to do the formwork on the concrete just behind us. So there's about 5 to 6 individuals that are working on that formwork. They've been working on that formwork for about 2 weeks. In the amount of time that they did that, this entire floor was assembled by 3 individuals with 1 crane. No dirt, no mess, a very sustainable approach to construction, and it allows me to be here to tell you all about it within days. So as the team is progressing with the construction, you can start to see the penthouse emerge. This entire space will be open and completely consumed by the mechanical and the electrical services in the building proper. So this entire space, often confused for a bit of a cathedral here in the middle of Picton, is actually going to be servicing the building.
What took my eye initially was that the ceilings are going to be wood, which is absolutely gorgeous, and all these open beams. People are going to get a sore neck from looking up and staring at everything. It's absolutely gorgeous and very inviting and warm, and that sterile, cold notion of a hospital. I think that's a thing of the past. We want the hospital to be clean, and we want the hospital to be, we can't ever make it totally sterile, but as clean as possible and as safe as possible. But to be able to do it with this kind of gorgeous finish with the wood as the integral part of the structure, it's absolutely brilliant. And I like the giant windows. You're going to have to wear sunscreen. You can see the love and the attention to detail, because it all has to come together beautifully. And you don't see that with a concrete steel building because it's all hidden, whereas and it's there obviously, but with this you can see it. You can see the joinery and the wood grain and the laminations of the wood. I mean, it's just beautiful. And this is a beautiful area of the country, obviously very desirable, and the view will be, when the windows are panoramic and multi-story windows, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And from the outside you can see all the wood on the inside.
So in order to keep the ceilings clear, all clear, so no conduit, no servicing, all of these exposed ceilings completely open and only the wood showing, these sleeves that you see here, what I'm standing on here, are all coming up through the floor and down into areas to make sure that we don't have any surface conduit whatsoever. Not only do we have sleeves within each of the CLT members on the upper floors, but in the slab on grade section, such as this area in the emergency department, it's been an incredible effort for everybody to get all the services within the slab and in the lower section of all the floors. And the goal here, just as it is in the upper floors, is to make sure that all of these ceilings are completely bare without one piece of conduit or any servicing whatsoever. So inverting the entire project to the lower slabs, the opposite of what we would do in any typical healthcare project.